All right, guys, this is Crazy Kev here, and I'm here with my man Bilal Hasan. Bilal, how we doing, my man?
Amazing, man. It's been a perfect Sunday out here in the Pacific Northwest. Just got done teaching a couple privates. About to hit the sauna, cold plunge, steam room, man. So I can't complain. How's life for you, Mr. Kev?
Yeah, everything's been good, man. Super good, and I'm glad I'm talking to you today. And speaking about that, man. More importantly, I mean, it's been a little bit since we've seen you in the cage. I mean, what's maybe next for you, man? Talk to us more about that.
Man, I don't know if it's already out. I'm pretty sure it's out. A couple media outlets already got to it, but we're signed for June 6th for CFFC. It's going to be in North Dakota. I don't know which number CFFC it's going to be, but the date's already locked in. The opponent's already locked in. I'm already locked in, and so we're about 40 days out, and we're about to be 7-0.
Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to that bout. That's definitely going to be a lot of fun, my man. And now with this fight coming up, I mean, talk to us a little bit more about your training camp. What are you kind of doing to get prepared for this bout?
Man, I hate the term training camp. I love it, but I also hate it because as a, I would say, lower level professional, you just always have to stay ready, and that's all I do, man. I've been so consistent in training, so training camp for me, man, is more just like dialing in like the exact kind of game plan we want to do. But yeah, we've already started on that. But something new that I've done this training camp was train at Killcliff FC down in Florida. Shout out to my management. They sent me out there for a week, man, and it was a very humbling experience to train with. Dude, everyone there is such high level, and so it was definitely humbling and very motivating as well. Got a great week over in Florida, and yeah, we're ready for this next fight, man. I'm more prepared, and I'm so prepared now.
Yeah. Now speaking about Killcliff, man, you mentioned you were training with some beasts. I mean, who are maybe some of those guys that you might have met at the gym?
Dude, it was the crazy. I mean, I met Israel Adesanya. He was training there
Right.
for a day, so that was super super cool. It was my first time meeting him. Met Kamaru. I also got to train with, of course, one of the goats, Henry Hooft, but a couple other lower level professional guys. There's a kid named Suzuki, a Japanese flyweight. He's an absolute beast. There's a bantamweight guy, Adamu Isa. He also comes from a Taekwondo background, so we go back from way back in the day. I know you have a Taekwondo background too, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Kev. Those axe kicks were going crazy, man. Yes, sir. I love that. I love that. But yeah, he comes from a really good Taekwondo background as well. And dude, everyone there was super cool. Like Robbie Lawler was also one of the coaches now. And yeah, also just like a bunch of like Chechnyan, Dagestani, 11-0 guys that the world hasn't even heard about yet that are just absolute animals. And so, yeah, man, like I said, it was a very humbling experience because every single person there was high level. Their skills were up to par. And yeah, it was a great experience, man. Definitely want to have this as part of my training camp. Like, thank you again to my management. I can go out there kind of whenever I want and get some good training in.
Yeah, no, it definitely seems like some great training for sure, man. And with you mentioning you have that Taekwondo background, obviously, that's pretty good with your striking. But everyone's kind of wondering, with the takedown defense, man, what are you kind of doing in the gym to kind of get prepared with your takedowns and kind of stuff them and be anti wrestling, like you like to mention?
Yeah, it's just doing it a lot. Like 70% of my training right now is grappling. 30% is striking. Like, of course, I have a lot of work to do in my striking, but of course, it's my grappling department that I feel like that I'm lacking in. But man, that's why I train it about 70% of my trainings. Like, most of my trainings, like Monday through Thursday, is like all grappling, and the rest of the training is MMA oriented. But I also am working with like really high level grapplers. Like at least once a week, I go to train with the goat, Demetrious Johnson, and all we do is gi grapple, man. I put on the gi. I hate putting on the gi, but that's all that guy does now. But it's taught me so much. So I grapple with him once a week, and man, the amount of knowledge that he gives me inside of fighting and outside is it's people would pay millions of dollars for just to hear him talk about it. And so I'm very grateful to be training with him. But we also got so many killers out in Charlie's Combat Club, man. We got a bunch of amateurs that are coming up that are hungry. We got a couple of like older professionals and vets as well that give me so much knowledge, man. And so yeah, a lot of grappling training.
Yeah. Now speaking about Mighty Mouse, man, I mean, how'd that kind of get together? I mean, how'd you guys kind of meet? Talk to us a bit more about that.
Yeah, so our gym, we're allianced with AMC Pancration. Our head coach, Charlie's Pearson. That's where he trained. That's where he trained from with Matt Hume, all at AMC Pancration. He was training with the OGs, man, like Josh Barnett, Chris Lieben. Man, the names go on. And then, of course, Demetrious Johnson now. And so, yeah, we've had this alliance for about 3 years. 3 to 4 years, and I've been working with DJ for that amount of time. I was helping him with like his Rod Tang fight, his Adriano Moraes fight, and so I've definitely learned so much from being in those camps with him. And yeah, now that he doesn't, he's retired from MMA, he's focusing on gi grappling. He's still training like almost every day, and yeah, I take advantage of that. Even though it's a bit of a drive, it's like an hour and a half drive to get to him, but man, it's so worth it, man. Every Friday at 9 a.m. I call those my humble Fridays, man. He humbles me every time, and he shows me that there's levels to this. And yeah, I'm learning so much from him,
Yeah,
man. I'm so grateful.
no, that's definitely awesome that you get to train with Mighty Mouse. That's definitely great for your career for sure, man. And when it comes to kind of like training camp and fight camp, I mean, talk to us more about maybe something behind the scenes that maybe fight fans might not know about that might be kind of like surprising or maybe cool insight.
For me, man, training camp, it's pretty much the same with everybody, but something that I do a lot, man, is I love teaching. Most of my like afternoon trainings, especially if I'm like beat up throughout the day, I like to teach. It really saves my body, but it still really works my mind. And I'm teaching all levels from like basic to like the most advanced guys, some of our pros or amateurs. Like I help teaching as well. And so I really love it because it also works my brain and keeps my body safe, but it also like once I'm done fighting, that's one thing I really want to get into, man, is coaching. I have a huge passion for martial arts. I've been doing martial arts since I was 4. I started with Taekwondo when I was 4, took it till I was about 15, and then I did boxing, kickboxing, a little bit of wrestling and jujitsu. Man, I'm just a huge nerd for martial arts, man, and I love how in this game you're never gonna stop learning, and so I feel like giving back is something that I'm meant to do, especially after I'm done fighting, and so definitely doing a little bit of teaching. But other than that, it's the same, man. I spar about once or twice a week. 3 days I'm grappling. All the days I'm drilling, and we do a little bit of film study here and there. I like to do it mainly in the beginning part of my camp. I'll do about like 3 weeks of film study, and we'll like develop a game plan. And then after that, it's all about what tools am I gonna bring into this fight, and yeah, just focus on myself for the rest of the camp.
Yeah, no, nice. That's definitely some cool insight for sure, man. And you mentioned you obviously were doing Taekwondo since a young age. I mean, what's maybe some of your favorite memories that you might have had in your Taekwondo journey?
Man, I think the greatest memories were just the traveling aspect. I made the national team when I was 15 to 17. Yeah, it was. So we went to like Costa Rica for the Pan American Championships, the Junior Pan American Championships, and I won gold in that one. So I think that was my biggest accomplishment. Dude, they took us to like Korea. They took us to fucking Germany. They took us all around, man. So I think the coolest part was yeah, the competition aspect and how that we were able to travel around the world and experience life, man. I'm very grateful for Taekwondo for sure.
Now, you mentioned you traveled to Korea. I mean, what did you kind of see in Korea when you were over there?
Dude, I saw like how almost like I don't want to say third world country does it, but like yeah, basically just the outside world like take how they perceive martial arts like taekwondo is a korean martial art, so they take it very seriously. All those guys, like we went with a collegiate team, and all we did was eat, sleep, and train twice a day nonstop, and almost those guys were almost like walking zombies because they've been doing it for so long. They've been in that routine for so long, and it makes sense, man. They're all of them are a bunch of beasts, and yeah, they take their training very seriously.
That's awesome. No, that's definitely really cool that you got to train in Korea for sure. And now, when it comes to your training career, is there maybe any other like dream locations or maybe you'd like to train at in the future?
Man, that's a great question. That's the one thing I really do love about this sport is traveling and training, seeing different perspectives on martial arts and just learning from people, man. Because like I said, this sport is still evolving, and there's so many perspectives that you can have from different martial arts. And so, man, I would really love to. You hear the thing about go to Dagestan for 2 to 3 years and forget. So I want to go to Dagestan, of course. Definitely dabble my feet into the wrestling and the grappling department. I think that would be very eye opening and humbling as well. So definitely train with like Habib and his team. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, no, that definitely would be awesome for sure, man. And when it comes to your MMA career, and maybe even your personal life, I mean, what's maybe some of your goals that you have right now?
As of right now, man, the closest thing that I have is June 6th. I want to go out there and show that a different skill set of mine. That's one of my goals for my my goal for every time I fight, especially now, is I want to display a different set of my skills. And the biggest thing right now in my career, the biggest thing that I need is experience. And so I want as much ring time as I can my next fight, but also just display a whole new level of my skills and show a little bit of versatility as well, man.
Yeah, no, that's definitely pretty cool for sure. And I've heard you mentioned in another interview you were thinking maybe like 8 or 10-0 before you go to the UFC. Is that still maybe your plan, or you think maybe a win here can maybe get you to the UFC? Talk to us more about that.
Yeah, I think it all just depends on how I perform this next fight. Of course, it'd be awesome if I go out there and I land a crazy axe kick and knock him out.
There
But
we go.
that's that's not what I need right now. I need more experience. Like I need to get into the second, third round and show a little bit of my grappling, show a little bit more of my boxing, show a little bit of more of my clinch and Muay Thai. That's what I need, man. I just need to dabble in every bit of the martial arts as I can. And so it just depends, man. If I go out there and I'm able to execute that, hey, man, 7-0, and I feel confident with my experience in the cage, let's run it. I mean, I'm delusional enough to think that I belong in the top 15 of the UFC, man. I think my skill set is up there, and I'm able to compete with the best. But, as of right now, I feel like I haven't shown enough in the cage and I haven't had enough experience yet. And so we'll see how this next one plays out, man.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely looking forward to it for sure. And with you being in the flyweight division, I believe the Ultimate Fighter is also doing some flyweights this year. Did you happen to hear anything about that? I mean, what do you kind of think about that season?
Yeah, actually, after my last fight, the UFC contacted us and they wanted me on the Ultimate Fighter show. But the timeline wise, it didn't really add up because right after my fight, I was like super super sick. I caught something on the way back from Philly, and yeah, they wanted me to fly out literally 2 days after my fight to go to Vegas, get a bunch of the medicals done, and then go straight into the show. So it didn't really add up like timeline wise, but also I spoke to like my management, my coach, those guys, and they said business wise it didn't add up as well. They believe that my stock outside of the UFC is very high right now. CFFC has honestly given me such a big a platform as just a lower level professional, man. Like the platform they've given me is incredible, and I'm extremely grateful for it. And so right now we all agreed on just racking up experience, man, racking up experience and get into the UFC on my own terms.
Yeah, no, I definitely would agree. I definitely think your stock is super high. And with your stock that you mentioned, I mean, how do you kind of handle like the pressure and all the different fans you kind of have already at so early in your career?
It's a learning process, bro. It's a huge learning process, man. Like, I'm back behind the fourth most populated country in the world, and they don't really have anyone to support right now. Other than Jeka Sarage, he's in the UFC, the first ever Indonesian. But other than that, they don't really have anyone. And so, as a lower level professional, man, like it's crazy like the amount that I have to deal with, but I rather learn about it now. You know what I mean? Early in my career and kind of, learn more about how to delegate my time with like my social media and my training and how to deal with the supporters, man, because all these Indonesians are crazy.
Yeah, no, I've definitely seen like a bunch of comments and stuff. Your page definitely blows up, man. It's definitely pretty awesome to see so early in your career. And another thing I was curious about, speaking about early in your career in Philadelphia, when it comes to fighting in the amateur scene, they don't allow head kicks. And obviously, with you having a big kicking base, did you ever have to deal with this in your amateur career, like with these certain rules? And if so, how did you kind of handle that in your game?
Yeah, funny enough, where I'm at in Washington, I only did my amateur career in Washington. Thankfully, we allow head kicks and all that. But I think we were trying to go for my seventh amateur fight, and I was about to fight a guy that was also undefeated as well in CFFC, but for their next gen rule set. So like you said, no head kicks, and you have to wear shin pads. You can't even ground and pound, dude. So it's like I don't even know what sport it was. Probably like I don't even think it's sambo. It's like even less rule sets than that. So really, it tailors towards really good wrestlers. Right, so you can't get kicked in the head. You're wearing shin pads, so you can grab onto the leg and kind of like hold on. You don't really have to worry about sweat. And after that, um, I I was set to fight against a guy that was, like I said, undefeated and also a really good wrestler. And I believe it was an injury. I think to forgot what injury it was, but it was an injury. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take my time and not go for this fight. And after that, I think 2 months after, CFFC called and they were like, hey, you want to fight the same exact guy? And have it just be professional. And we're like, hell yeah. And that was my first ever pro fight. And that was my first ever fight that got to a decision. And so, luckily it kind of worked in my favor. I got injured, but I also didn't have to fight under that rule set with the shin pads and the no head kicks and all that.
Yeah, no, no, very nice. That's definitely some interesting insight about that stuff as well. And another thing about one of your previous fights, man, I definitely thought was pretty funny. You made a diss track on Shamil, man. I mean, and you had a pretty funny video with it. I mean, talk to us more about how long that kind of took. How'd you come up with it, and more about that?
Dude, man, that's so funny that you mentioned that. I honestly almost forget that that's happened in my career already. Long story short, my manager Miranda, she's also the vice president for Cage Fury. She was like, after, I think it was before my third fight as a professional, before that spinning wheel kick, she was like, "Hey, you should look into fighting this guy. He fought for the title last, and we think it'd be a really good option for your next fight after your third fight." And so we were like, "You know what? Let's do it." And me and my friends were like, "You know what? It'd be funny as hell if I just called them out after I knock my next guy out." And we are like, "You know what? Let's go with something corny." And this is the only time that I ever scripted a speech, and it was horrible because I stuttered the whole time. I was like, "Shamel, you smell," and it didn't really come off really well. And so we planned it out, and luckily that spinning wheel kick and the moonwalk and the backflip spoke for itself. Then went on the mic, called him out, and then about a month after that fight, I went on a podcast with a bunch of local rappers around the area. And actually, shout out to Baby Preem. He's actually one of the local rappers, but he's also Miranda's brother. And so we were like, you know what? Let's make a song, right? We were like, let's make a song, and then we made a little song under 45 minutes. We were just in this like a professional ass studio. We were out there freestyling. We were like, hey, this sounds good, that sounds good. We made a song, and it was just pure jokes, man, pure jokes. We made a song, and then we were like, you know what? Let's go ahead and make a music video too. So we make a music video, and then we make all this drama out of really nowhere. It's all just play, and then we also get on a conference call. It was like me and a couple of the other CFFC guys, and of course Shamel as well. And we go back and forth, and yeah, luckily I get out there and I get a first round knockout, super sweet, and then the rest is here's history.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a great diss track for sure, man. And with that being said, can we maybe see another one in the future or what?
We'll see, man. The thing is I never want to plan anything ever again. Like the last time I planned a speech, it didn't really work out well. But the whole diss track, it was never planned, and so that was spontaneous, and it worked out. And so I will never say never, but I'm not gonna plan on it. But if the opportunity comes, I'm prepared, man. Let's make
Yeah,
another
no,
diss track.
I'm definitely ready to listen to it if you make another one for sure, man. And I was cracking up with this one. I was listening to another interview of yours, and you mentioned if there was a dream fight in the UFC, you'd want to fight a Brazilian. Why was that, man? What's up with the Brazilians?
I actually love the Brazilians, man. The fighting nerds are going crazy. Like they're probably my
Yeah,
favorite team right now. But it's honestly it'd be like a Brazilian or a Russian because of how dominant they are in the UFC, man. You if you ever fight like a Russian or a Brazilian on your record, that's how you know you're the real deal. So I kind of just wanted it in my resume, man. I think it just looks good that way.
yeah, no, I definitely would agree with you. I definitely think those guys definitely fit pretty well for you as well. And another thing you mentioned as well, you want to be like the voice of the Asian Americans for fighting. I mean, what do you kind of want the fans to kind of learn about you, and why is that important to you?
I think it's because you don't really see a lot of it in the UFC, man. I mean, there are a good amount coming up, but they're mostly like the Asian fighters are straight from Asia, and they don't really speak English that well, so they can't really like showcase the personality. Like everyone has a personality, but it's a little bit harder when you don't speak English. And so there's also really no Asian Americans in the UFC that have a name. I can't really think of any at the top of my head. If you have a couple, of course, spit them out. I probably know them, but at the moment, on the top of my head, I can't really think of any. And so I think that's a niche that's not really tapped into yet. And this is where I feel like my path is heading. And so I'm just trying to double down on it, man. It just makes sense and it feels right.
Yeah, I definitely think that's a super cool mindset, man. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how your career grows with all that. And, another thing I wanted to ask you about, obviously, you're a beast and whatnot in the cage, but what do you kind of like to do outside of fighting, man?
Man, I've been really loving this content game. I love YouTube. I've always really loved like creating things when I was younger. Like I love creating videos. I used to love Jackie Chan, And I don't know if you ever in Taekwondo, do you ever do demonstration, the
Oh yeah,
demo,
yeah,
breaking the
yeah,
boards?
all the time. Yeah.
We would like stage fights. That was one of my favorite things to do growing up. So me and my boys, we would literally do that and like make like Jackie Chan films, like stuntmen, and like make choreograph like different fight scenes and stuff. So we loved doing that when I was younger. And so I try to take a little bit of that into now. Like I love like editing. I do a lot more just like vlogging, stuff like that, but I still love it, man. I love looking back at those memories and chopping up those videos myself. And so that's one thing I've really been liking outside of fighting. Another thing that I also really like is fashion as well. I've always really been into like clothes, shoes ever since I was young. And so me and my boys we're looking to start up our own streetwear and our own brand. And so we're working on that slowly. And what's cool is that all of that can revolve around fighting. That can all like step up my brand in some way. Like the my love for making content and videos can easily like back behind my brand and my personality, and then making my own brand and clothes can also relate to my fighting and all that. And so I'm very grateful that everything can revolve around fighting in its own way. And but I can also like delegate my time to each one. It's not all in on fighting, and I'm not getting too burnt out all the time.
No, yeah, I definitely think you got to have that mental break somewhere for sure. But speaking of those demonstrations, man, I'm so glad that you mentioned that because as I was growing up, I've done a bunch in terms of like going to tournaments and actually competing with them. Like we've done like Mortal Kombat, Star Wars, like a bunch
Dude, that's
of stuff.
sick.
So, what have you kind of done for your demonstration? Have you done anything fancy like that?
We used to do like forms to like cool
Okay,
songs. Like we did it to Aerosmith, Walk This Way. Dude,
nice.
there was bro, but that was one of the that me doing when I did demonstration, that was way more dangerous than fighting. There was one time where they sent us to Korea. It's something called Hanmadang. Do you know about that?
I don't actually
It's
know.
basically this like world championships for demonstrations. So there would be like different countries from around the world. They would like choreograph their own thing and they would perform it on this stage in Korea. And so we did that representing the US. And man, they would for our practice in Korea, there was this one scene where we'd have people like standing side by side and their shoulders would be my stepping stone as when they're standing up. So I'd climb up onto this guy's back and step on their shoulders. There were four shoulders where I had to step off of, and then I had to jump off of their shoulders and hit like kick three boards in the air. And so the way we would practice that is we would go out on the streets of Korea, concrete, and I would have to step up onto their shoulders. And if there was a mistake or we would I would misstep, it was their job to catch me. And
Oh,
so luckily during this time, like we didn't miss a step. And so during practice, luckily no one got injured. But actually, my greatest injury was from demonstration. Like I don't remember what age I was, but we were just practicing. Luckily, it was matted floors, and I had to climb up on this guy's back and stand up onto his shoulders and hold a board. Have you seen that before?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, yeah. It's a pretty it's a pretty normal thing in demonstration. So I had to do that, and there was a guy under me that would have to catch me in case I fell. And of course, this was probably like our 10th time repping it. And so I climb up, and I think my buddy wasn't even watching me. He was lollygagging. So I get up, hold the board, and I remember just like falling back, and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm falling back." And then I land straight onto my back, and I remember I got a concussion, and that was probably my worst injury, worse than any fight, any mixed martial arts training was that demonstration with Taekwondo.
Oh, I definitely believe it, man. Because my Taekwondo instructor, he's super nuts, man. I mean, he's really big into WWE. So like, he would
Oh
have us doing
God.
American Ranas, doing the go to sleeps, lifting us up in the air. So
Yep.
we're doing all kinds of crazy stuff, kind of like what you're mentioning as well.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you can relate, man. Yeah, they just get crazier and crazier, man.
Yeah, no, they're definitely a lot of fun for sure, man. And you mentioned you like you're big into fashion. I've seen you wearing the Versace shades and whatnot. I mean, what's maybe some of your favorite things you like to rock?
Man, right now I really love the shades, man. I think one is because I've learned that I later on in my life I have really bad ADHD. I'm pretty sure I had it when I was a kid. Like when I was in school, I'd be shaking my leg. I wouldn't be able to pay attention fully unless it's fighting. Anything fighting, I'm super dialed in. I don't know if it's I don't know where I heard it, but if an ADHD person can really learn from something they're passionate about, they're like extremely dialed in. And so I like wearing the shades because my eyes like go all over the place, so people can't really see my eyes. But I really love shoes. I've been rocking like
Oh, okay, nice.
super comfortable. But yeah, other than that, just some really classy stuff. I love the shades. I love the shoes. I've been really like a lot of brands have been reaching out through me as well. Really cool brands. They're like streetwear and fightwear brands, which is really cool. You're seeing a lot of that nowadays. Like, do you know the brand Kill Crew?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Dude, their stuff is super, super sick because it's a little bit of streetwear, but it's also got that flair of fighting into it. There's
Yeah.
this brand called Almost at Peace. They've been
No.
sending me a lot of cool pieces. Their whole thing is a little bit of same thing, fightwear and streetwear. And then yeah, a brand called Hawkeye that's also Indonesian as well. They're trying to tap into the U.S. market. And so yeah, those brands they've been really, really cool. I love when you can mix fighting but also streetwear as well. I think that's right up my alley, and that's something that I want to dive into as well. But yeah, those are kind of like my the things that I like in fashion right now.
Well, that's awesome, man. You definitely got some good taste. It sounds like for sure. And like we've been talking about with Taekwondo, I've obviously been teaching for about 6 years now, and
Yeah, I
I
saw
teach at
that.
my gym. What advice would you give to those guys at my gym to keep on coming into class and to get better and better every day?
Man, I think the number one thing, at least for me, is the community aspect because, man, there are going to be days that you don't want to show up and train, you don't want to put in the work, but man, it's hard when all your friends are there and they're putting in that work and the environment and the community is really good. Man, it just makes getting into the gym when you don't want to that much easier. So yeah, man, and like with anything, man, if you want to get anywhere in life, you have to have the right people around you. And so I think yeah, just creating that an atmosphere in that gym so that you can keep coming in and keep building off each other and build good relationships and yeah, keep striving towards the same goal or work towards getting that black belt or getting breaking that board and yeah, just having a good amount of people around you, man. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that's a solid message for sure, man, when it comes to that stuff. And with the UFC or maybe MMA in general, I mean, who's maybe some of your favorite fighters that you like to watch right now?
Man, as of right now, it would have to be. I really love Sean O'Malley. I
Awesome.
love his style. I love the way he fights in the cage, in and out of the cage, is like how he carries himself as a person. But of course, it has to be Demetrious Johnson. I know he's not fighting anymore, but man, his fights were the best, man. Like the way he can mix everything. I think he can do everything, man. He can strike, he can grapple, he can wrestle, and he's very, very athletic. So definitely got to put him up there. I really love all the fighting nerds right now, man. Every time they fight, they always put on a show. Like even though he lost yesterday, Carlos Prates, man, that was one of the best fights I've seen in a minute. Him versus Ian Gary, that was a technical fight, and it was very, very entertaining. And so definitely the fighting nerds. Yeah, that's kind of all right now, man. But like you're seeing the evolution of mixed martial arts. Everyone's good everywhere. So, dude, every fight is pretty entertaining for sure.
Yeah, I would definitely agree when it comes to that. And with Sean O'Malley and Marab, the rematch, and now, I mean, what's kind of your prediction with that one? Do you think it's going to change at all? I mean, what do you kind of think?
I think it's gonna change. I think Sean's gonna make the right adjustments, and yeah, I'm excited for that one. I'm a huge Sean fan, but I think Sean's gonna get it done, man.
Yeah, I definitely hope so as well. It's going to be a good one, and I'll actually be at that one live, so I'm looking
Dude,
forward
that's
to.
gonna be so sick, man. Hell yeah, hell
Yeah,
yeah. But dude, Marab's such a beast, man. He's awkward and he's strong, and I mean his cardio speaks for itself. So yeah, he's gonna be a force to be dealt with.
yeah. I mean, the thing with Marab that is, oh, like I think he's just so good that like if Sean O'Malley wins, I just think he's going to kind of help the division a little bit more because I think if Sean doesn't beat him, I mean, Marab's going to be a champ for a really long time. I think.
Oh yeah, I agree with you completely, man. He's a force to be dealt with.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And Blow, man, it's been awesome having you on the show. I really, really appreciate talking to you. It's been
Thank
a
you.
lot of
Likewise.
yeah. What's maybe your final message out there for the fans watching this video?
Man, probably just tune in for the journey, man, because it's gonna be a crazy one. My performances speak for itself, but I'm also, I'm showcasing myself outside of the cage, and I think everyone has their own personality, and I have my own, and I believe in the work that I put in, and I believe this journey is gonna be crazy. Another highlight coming June 6th, 7-0. Let's go.
Let's go. It's right, man. And Blow, thank you so much for taking the time. It means a lot to me, and I'm looking forward to watching your career progress, my man.
Thank you so much, Mr. Crazy Kev. It's
Let's
nice to
go.
meet you as well.